this course. So we have almost completed. So we started with very much introduction to the cobots that you have seen, various levels of collaboration that is probably very less discussed at various sources that I have seen even on Coursera courses. That is the only course which is there on cobotics. So level of collaboration, incident reports, need for such robots that we have studied in the first week. I also discussed upon ISO standards you saw. So task-based risk assessment, that is one of the very valuable thing before you put any robot or a cobot to use. So one very good news that is there now, the new generation, for new generation robots, there is a new standard that has come just this year, 1021820125 that has come. So that has redefined cobots. So cobot is no more defined by the ISO standard, rather it is now defined by the application that it is doing. So cobot is torque control, that is fundamentally they are different that you have seen. Apart from that, even if the structure is fundamentally very different and your manufacturer supports taking up all the features of a standard cobot like lead through programming or touch sensitivity, impedance control, still it may not be a cobot as long as the application doesn't allow you to do so. Because you see, there are robot manufacturers who are making huge payload capacity cobots now. Okay, so earlier it was just 5 kg payload capacity. Now you will find up to 35 kg payload capacity is there with Fanuc, Dobot, and many other manufacturers. So they carry huge moment of inertia. So it cannot be safe if at all it interacts with human at high speeds. Okay, so that is probably one of the reason, depending on the application along with the features, now we'll call it as a cobot. So this is one of the major modifications to the cobot definition that has come just this year. Okay, even before we finished this course, it was announced in between. So you should have a look on that particular standard as well. So that is the one good announcement that I have made. So you have to revise this particular standard. Maybe you can have access to that standard somewhere, and you can go through that and update yourself with that particular standard. So this is one announcement. And rest apart, whole of the syllabus, the requirement for the cobot remains the same. So you have already gained all the knowledges which are mostly required to understand how a cobot works. In designing, mainly those features goes in. So yes, actuators you have learned, various sensors you have learned in one of the module. Transformation was very much the same, but yes, I have also covered the forward and inverse kinematics, that is in context to cobot only, that is UR5 arm, that is one of the most popular robot or a cobot, and 7DOF Kuka Aiva arm, that is one of the most advanced cobot in the market today. Okay, so for the same those two robot, I have covered the forward and inverse both. So that is, you can use it directly as is. I have discussed in my syllabus and in my lectures. So very importantly, I have also discussed 7DOF workspaces, that is demonstration of null space I have shown. Yeah, in the later module, I have covered gravity compensation and all. That was in my last video interaction. I have discussed a few on these. Okay, this was one of the leftover portion which was not covered in my modules now, but yes, that will be covered definitely due to the time limitation of this course. So this was not there, but yes, recursive formulation of Newton-Euler I have used to do dynamic also. This is an age-old thing, nothing new, and that still applies to the robot and the cobot. So that was covered. Starting from here, after my earlier video interaction, so this is something new that I have covered, that is force control of serial manipulators. This is very new to you because it was not covered in quite a lot of textbooks also. So indirect and direct force control, stiffness control, and I use lot of MATLAB examples I have given. So you have access to MATLAB along with the course, and all the required modules are with you. So I would suggest you just go through these lectures. You can just one to one follow the lecture instructions, and you can do one such of your own, and it is made downloadable through your course access. So as a resources, you can download almost all the models that I have discussed in the class. So this is one of the crux of this course, that I would say that is the takeaway of this course, that actually implements the algorithms which actually converts a robot to a cobot. So stiffness control is there, hybrid control, admittance. So all these are covered. Okay, special features I have discussed, I have demonstrated using Kuka Iva robot. Those real example videos I have shown, some special features I have included. One very good case study I have shown, that is for the assembly operation, which is not possible using standard position controlled robots. So yes, so this last module is essentially the takeaway, which is for the cobot course, and rest everything I have tried to manage with having kinematics, inverse kinematics discussed in context to cobots. So that is what I have done. ISO standard. So this essentially makes you ready to take up any cobot in your workspace. For UG learners, this is altogether a new thing. I also have a new course which is coming in next semester, next 6 months. So that is industrial robots theories for automation. I wish quite a lot of you to rejoin that course as well. That is more fundamental in nature. That is there already. That is running since last 2 years. This will be the third year that will be floating. So I would suggest you can go for that also, apart from this course. But yes, quite a lot of fundamental stuff will remain here as well as there. So that course may become little easier for you now if you have done this course. So yes, this course I'll conclude here. If you have any queries, you can definitely discuss now. For undergraduate, I hope this course has ignited the passion of exploring cobotics further, and maybe you can consider this as a opportunity, as a career option for you. And for postgraduate researchers, this is a very good knowledge which you can use in your research as well. For industry professionals, this gives you quite a lot of insights where you understand how a cobot works, and accordingly you program your cobot, and you know the limitations now. Okay, limitations and the ISO standards which govern such robots. But yes, this is just a beginning. It is redefined by your curiosity and innovation, definitely. So potential is enormous. So be very inquisitive, keep pushing your limits, and that will shape your career into this. So yes, your dedication, enthusiasm, and definitely your knowledge base helps me to go through such courses at an ease. If you already are not just a beginner, you have prerequisites, which is nothing much. It is just matrices that I demanded, matrix multiplication and handling linear algebra, equation, trigonometry. So those were few prerequisites apart from engineering mechanics that was required. So this is very less of a thing which was required to cover this course, and that is there always with robots. So if you want to learn robotics, so these are a few things which is always there, which will let you to begin robotics as early as possible, immediately after intermediate or plus 2 K12 course. Okay, so that makes it very simple and lightweighted thing. Okay, so hope I have covered it well. I would love to have good feedback from you. Okay, and yes, you can circulate that knowledge to people. Yes, definitely. You can download all the lecture notes, and you can definitely share with your friend, your students. Okay, and that's all from my side. Any queries there, you can post it here. I'll try to answer them. Yes. Yes, I am waiting here. Maybe. I hope if there is no query, we can stop here. But definitely, I hope you will listen it later sometime. Okay, then I would suggest we can stop here, and users may definitely come back and watch this video. It is already shared with them.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.